All right, you've had a chance to look through your 3 potential clients and decide if you want to use one of them or go on your own. And as you are looking at those, remember your choices. Alana, Denzel was the baker, Kiri had the restaurant, or you can decide to do something that interests you. So today what you're going to do is start laying this out. We're not going to dive in to start programming things until we kind of have an idea of how you want it to look. Okay, so put your name on the top of this project guide. And as you look through the overview, again, we're using that problem solving process. Okay, define the needs of the user. We're going to prepare and sketch things out. We're going to program it and then see what it looks like and reflect. Okay, so pick your user. So what you're going to do, and I gave you a hard copy that is printed, but what I really want you to also do is online in Schoology, I want you to find the client user descriptions and it says color on it, because this, of course, I couldn't print you color copies, but when you see it digitally and can see how things are highlighted in different color, I think this will help you a lot. Okay, so get that open and we will do a little scanning through and see how this can help you determine how to structure the website, because all of that content on each of these users is kind of overwhelming. So to try to pick it apart, here's what we can do. So here's a suggestion. In this first box on this first page, it says main topics. Okay, now we're not going to list all of this content at all. Okay, again, these are all of your options down here, but main topics, if you go and look at that colored document, okay, main topics are going to be things that are underlined like this. So if you're choosing Alana, these are all kind of right up at the top. Okay, if you're choosing Denzel, these will be spread out a little bit, but you've got his journey, the recipes, kind of the story behind that one, some baking tips. He's got quite a few that you will lay out. And then similarly, when we get to Kiri here, okay, she's got different things. And notice, I think on the printed version, if you're choosing Kiri, some of the underlining didn't show up. So make sure that you're noticing that in the menu, there are a lot of things and you've got appetizers, but then there's main courses, desserts, and drinks. Okay, then that continues on this way. So actually the restaurant one has a lot. As for if you're going on your own, you'll have to kind of decide what your main topics are. Okay, cool. Let's go on back. Now, page 2, this is where you're going to start laying things out. All right, so for all your main topics, okay, and ideas, now what you need to decide is, what do you want for the big title and how are you going to format that? Recommendation is that main title should be in H1. So as you get in here, whatever that's going to be, okay, you would put in, okay, whatever you're going to do for the title, whether it was Kiri's Kitchen or, whatever that is. But this is where you're going to need your H1 tags. And honestly, as you're writing, you don't have to put all of that exact coding. You'll do that when you program. Then you've got to think, okay, are you going to have some kind of content here? Something underneath, a little paragraph or a descriptor, probably a paragraph tag. Then what is going to be some of your subheadings? Are you going to make those H2s or H3s? Okay. Where are you going to have some kind of lists and so on? Okay. And do you want it bulleted? Do you want it numbered? Those are the kind of things to think about. Don't even get into what kind of content and all those things that are laid out in those paragraphs. Okay. You're just kind of getting some idea of now how you're going to structure it. When you have that sketched out, then what I'm going to ask you to do, all right, is look at this page that has this checklist, that you've got a user, you've got your general topics, then that you've gone through the detailed description, you've got kind of how you want it laid out and other things they want content-wise, and you've sketched it out and the HTML tags, come show me this. I'll sign off on it and then go ahead and get started on programming. Okay. Now, a couple things that I'll have you add kind of on the back side. Okay. Your content is going to have at least 3 headings. Okay. And different sizes. So I'll say different sizes. So I would bet you'll have H1 for your main title and then use different sizes for the other ones. You need to have at least 3 paragraphs. Remember, we're not defining this like your language arts teacher does with the number of sentences. You're just looking at different pieces of content. You need at least 3 lists. You should have different ones. That means one should be numbered, one should be bulleted, okay, at a minimum. And then let me think. Try to see if you can work in some horizontal rules, those lines. I think I put in there, try to use 2 of those and a line break, okay? Comments are optional, but this kind of covers all of the tags that you have on your list at the front of your notes packet, okay? The big thing here is all content needs to be inside some of these tags, okay? So whatever you type on there and content that you're adding has to either be inside headings, inside paragraph, or inside of a list, okay? Everything goes between the body tags, and I'll just say on your mark, get set, go, and I'll be excited to see what you're working on.